Good morning, Standard 5 students. Today we'll see about the water and impurities in water. You know that both water and air are very important for our survival. We have discussed in earlier class about air. So now let us discuss about water. So like air, water is also very important for our survival. Without water we cannot survive. Any living thing cannot survive. We need water to drink. Plants need water to grow and make their food. Without water they cannot make their food, and most of the animals depend on plants for their food, so they will also not survive. So water is also needed for cooking, bathing, cleaning and other purposes in our everyday life. So let us see about the impurities in water. We know that the purest form of natural water is rainwater. It forms by the evaporation of water from the water bodies. So during evaporation only water can become vapor and other substances remain in the water bodies. That's why this rainwater is pure water. But the water that comes from the water bodies like river and lakes often contains undesirable substances. Undesirable means we do not want them to be present in the water, like dirt, mud, germs, and many other chemicals. These are harmful chemicals, etc. These substances are called impurities because we do not want them in the water. Drinking impure water can cause cholera, dysentery, and jaundice. So, it is necessary for us to remove these impurities before drinking and before using them for cooking also. So, let us see how many types of impurities are there. So, types of impurities can be divided into two types, soluble and insoluble. So, you can see here soluble impurities. The impurities that completely mix or dissolve in water are called soluble impurities. For example, sugar and salt. That means when we will add these sugar and salt in the water, or it is added in the water already, then what happens? We cannot see them. They disappear. They disappear in the water. That's why they are called soluble impurities. Insoluble impurities, the impurities that do not mix or dissolve in water, are called insoluble impurities. For example, sand and gravel. If they will present in the water, when we will keep the water for some time, they will settle at the bottom. They will not dissolve and not disappear also. So they are called insoluble impurities. Now let us see about the removal of insoluble impurities from water. How can we remove insoluble impurities present in the water? So, insoluble impurities present in the water can be removed by sedimentation and decantation. So, there is an activity to show how it can be done. So, we can show sedimentation and decantation by the following activity. So, first of all, we should take a mixture of soil and water in a beaker. You can see the beaker, muddy water we have taken in the beaker, and after some time we will see in the second picture. You can see here in the second picture, first picture is showing the muddy water that is mixed, and here in the second picture you can see the sediment is settled at the bottom of the container, and the liquid that is coming up, that is known as supernatant liquid. So by this process we can show sedimentation. Now let us see about the process. So what we should do? We should stir the mixture of soil and water with a glass rod so that all the soil can mix in the water. Now allow the mixture to stand for some time. Sometimes we should leave the mixture without disturbing it. Then we will see the heavier soil particles settle down at the bottom of the beaker. This is sedimentation. That means the settling of the heavier substances at the bottom of the beaker or container is known as sedimentation. Now, carefully drain the clean water into another beaker. This is called decantation. That means taking out the supernatant liquid, that is clean water, into another beaker is called decantation. We can use a glass rod also to separate the clean water from mud or sediment. In this picture it is very clear how can we decant the liquid. So, glass rod, with the help of glass rod, we are taking the upper tin only superlatent liquid, that is clean water, from the first beaker to the second beaker with the help of a glass rod. So, clear water is collected in another beaker with the help of a glass rod. This process is known as decantation. Now, filtration. We can also separate the mixture of soil and water by using a filter paper. We can take a filter paper also. This process is called filtration. Filters are made of porous material. Some pores are there in the filter paper. The tiny holes in the filter paper allow water to pass through but trap the insoluble impurities present in water. So, these tiny holes present in the filter paper, they do not allow any other substances except water to pass through them, because holes are very tiny and they do not allow any other things to pass through these tiny holes. So, we will see the picture of activity to show filtration. So, first of all we take a circular filter paper. Filter paper is coming in circular form and we will make a cone by the following steps shown in the picture. In the picture you can see that first we will fold the filter paper in half. After that again the half paper should be folded half. Then 1/4 of the paper will be seen. So, we will make a cone from this filter paper. Cone should be placed inside the funnel and funnel should be placed on the mouth of the beaker. Now, we will take a beaker and we will put the funnel inside the put the filter paper inside the funnel, and that funnel should be placed on the mouth of the beaker. Now, the mixture of the soil and water should be poured over the filter paper. We should pour the water mixture of soil and water over the filter paper. We will see drops of clear water trickle into the beaker and collect as a clear filtrate. Soil particles will be left on the filter paper. It will not. The filter paper will allow only water to pass through it, and it does not allow the soil to pass through the filter paper. So, we will get a clear liquid. You can see how to fold the filter paper in this picture. First it is folded half. Here it is shown half. After that again half will be folded, again half, and we will make the cone like this. This cone can fit easily inside the funnel. Now, let us see the second picture, that is about the process. In this you can see how the filter paper is fixed inside the cone funnel. The cone made from the filter paper is fixed inside the funnel, and from the funnel you can see glass funnel. Solid residue is left inside the filter paper because the filter paper does not allow any soil particles to pass from it. So, you can see in the beaker only the filtrate, that is clear water, can be collected with the help of a filter paper. This is also a process of removing insoluble impurities from the water. Now, some questions are there. What are the impurities present in water? So, we have seen already that impurities present in water are mud, dirt, germs and harmful chemicals, etc. Now, state two ways to remove insoluble impurities from water. So, we have seen that insoluble impurities can be removed from water by sedimentation and decantation, and we have seen the third process also, that is filtration. So, these are the processes by which we can remove insoluble impurities from the water. So, thank you students. This is all about this class. We will meet in the next class again.